Am I the a-hole for bringing my baby to my sister's fancy restaurant and breastfeeding at the table? I honestly didn't think I'd ever be the person posting here, but this situation has gotten so out of control, and I genuinely don't know if I'm the bad guy anymore. I'm 29F, a first-time mom to a beautiful baby girl, Emma, who just turned 12 weeks. I'm on maternity leave from my job and honestly still finding my footing as a new parent. I'm also exclusively breastfeeding, which has been a huge commitment but something I'm really proud of. My sister, Rachel, 34F, owns a high-end, fine dining restaurant downtown. She's basically a powerhouse. She built this place from nothing, took out loans, worked 80-hour weeks, lived in her car for a while when it first opened. Now it's one of the it spots in our city, has amazing reviews, and caters to a very posh crowd. She takes huge pride in creating an experience, not just a meal. She's always been particular about how things look and feel in her space. So here's the thing, about a month ago, Rachel invited my husband and me out to her restaurant as a special gift for our 5-year anniversary. It was incredibly kind of her, and she offered to comp the whole thing. We were grateful and excited because we hadn't gone out at all since having Emma. I asked her in advance if we could bring the baby, just to be sure. She paused for a beat and then said, "As long as she's quiet and doesn't disturb other guests, that's fine." I took that to mean it was okay as long as we were considerate. So we booked a reservation for a Tuesday night, not prime time, figuring it would be more relaxed. We arrived at the restaurant around 6:30 p.m. Emma was asleep in her stroller, the dining room was maybe a quarter full, and the staff, many of whom I know by name, were incredibly warm. It felt really nice to be out again. Things went smoothly through the appetizers. We were tucked in a quiet corner, I kept my voice low, and I brought toys and a pacifier just in case. But halfway through the main course, Emma woke up fussy. I knew that sound, it was hunger. Now, breastfeeding in public is something I've been getting used to. I always use a light nursing cover and try to be discreet. I had two options, go out to the car, which was parked across a wide street and up a block, or just quietly feed her at the table. Given how calm everything was, I chose the latter. I shifted my seat slightly, draped my cover, and latched her. From the outside, it looked like I was holding a sleeping baby under a soft shawl. No skin, no sounds, just a quiet moment between mother and child. About 10 minutes in, Rachel came over. Not smiling. She crouched beside me and whispered, "Can you do that in the restroom or something? People are starting to notice." I was stunned. "What?" "I'm covered." She sighed and said, "This is a luxury space. That kind of thing makes people uncomfortable. It's not personal, it's about the atmosphere I've created." I was mortified. I told her I wasn't doing anything wrong. That I was feeding my baby, not causing a scene, and I was covered. She said, "Just, please don't make this a thing. I'm asking you as your sister." I tried to stay calm, but I was shaking. My husband was livid. He asked her if she'd prefer we leave mid-meal. She didn't answer. We finished quickly and left before dessert. The car ride home was tense. I cried. I felt humiliated, like I'd done something shameful just for feeding my child. My husband said Rachel had shown her true colors, more concerned with appearances than family. The next day, I vented about it on a private Facebook group for new moms. I didn't name Rachel or the restaurant, I just described the situation, looking for emotional support. But someone in the group recognized the place from my description, took screenshots, and shared it publicly with Rachel's name attached. Within days, it went semi-viral in our local foodie circles. People started leaving angry comments and reviews about her restaurant, accusing her of shaming a breastfeeding mother. She called me screaming, saying I'd sabotaged her business and calling me irresponsible and selfish. She said she lost a major private event booking and that this kind of drama could eliminate her brand. I apologized and said I never meant for that to happen. She didn't accept it. She said I crossed a line by doing something so divisive in her space, and that I should have just stepped outside like any decent person would. Now our entire family is involved. Our mom is firmly on my side, saying Rachel should have supported me, and that no one gets to tell a mom when and where she can feed her child. Our dad is trying to play peacekeeper but keeps hinting that I should have been more tactful. Our younger brother took Rachel's side, saying, "It's not about breastfeeding, it's about time and place." I genuinely didn't expect this level of fallout. Part of me wonders if I was selfish to bring the baby at all. Another part of me is furious that my sister thinks her ambience matters more than my baby's needs. So here I am, Reddit, am I the a-hole? TLDR. Brought my baby to my sister's high-end restaurant. She invited me. Baby got hungry, so I breastfed her covered at the table. My sister got upset, said it was inappropriate. I vented in a mom group, it got shared publicly, and her restaurant took a PR hit. Now the family's split, and we're barely talking. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for quitting without notice after I was denied a break during my period? I, 22F, worked as a dishwasher at a very busy, mid-range restaurant in a college town. Let me just say, it's not an easy job. Long hours on your feet, hot kitchen, steam in your face, lifting heavy trays and tubs of dishes. On a good day, it's exhausting. On a bad day, it's hell. I'd been there for about 8 months. I wasn't the fastest or the best, but I showed up on time, worked hard, picked up shifts when others called out, and never complained. My manager, Mark, 40SM, was okay sometimes, but the moment things got busy, he turned into a drill sergeant. No room for excuses. Anyway, a few weeks ago, I came in for a Saturday dinner shift. Saturdays are brutal, nonstop chaos from 5 p.m. to close. I'd already been cramping most of the day and popped 2 ibuprofen before clocking in, but the pain wasn't letting up. I get really intense periods, like curled up on the floor level cramps. I've seen a doctor about it, but we're still figuring it out. It's not just mild discomfort, it's full-on pain. About 2 hours into the shift, I was lightheaded and sweating. I felt like I was going to puke or pass out. So I found Mark in the kitchen and quietly asked if I could take a 10-minute break to sit down and drink some water. I told him I was on my period and just needed to breathe. He looked at me like I'd asked to go home for the day. He said, "We're already behind, and you want a break?" Everyone slammed. "Get back to your station." I said, "I'm really not feeling okay. Just 10 minutes. And he snapped, "Then maybe you should have stayed home if you can't handle work. You're not special." That last line broke me. I stood there for a second, trying not to cry, then just walked out. I didn't say anything else. I went to the break room, grabbed my bag, clocked out, and left. It was impulsive, but I felt humiliated, in pain, and honestly, done. That night, the restaurant got wrecked. They were short 2 dishwashers, the other one had called out sick, and apparently, dishes started piling up like crazy. Servers were scrambling to clean their own silverware, chefs were pissed, and the whole night fell apart. A server I'm friends with told me the manager stayed until 2 a.m. cleaning the kitchen himself. I didn't go back. I didn't call or text, I just blocked the scheduling app and assumed that was that. Here's where the drama started. A few coworkers started texting me the next day saying I screwed everyone over by leaving mid-shift and that I could have waited until the rush died down. One server, who I thought was my friend, posted something vague but clearly aimed at me on Facebook like, "Don't expect sympathy if you abandon your team when they need you." Mark never contacted me directly, but I heard through the grapevine that he told people I was unprofessional and dramatic. My mom thinks I should have stayed, or at least given them notice before quitting. She said, "Sometimes you just have to power through. That's life." But my sister, who has bad periods too, says I was completely right to walk out. That nobody should be forced to work through physical pain just because a restaurant is busy. Part of me feels guilty because I did leave everyone hanging. I didn't give notice. I didn't even say goodbye. I just walked out. But another part of me is so damn tired of being treated like we're disposable. I was in pain. I asked for a break. I was denied basic human decency. So Reddit, am I the a-hole for quitting without notice after being denied a break during my period? TLDR. I was working a busy dishwasher shift while dealing with intense period cramps. I asked my manager for a 10-minute break to sit down. He said no, told me I wasn't special, so I walked out mid-shift and never went back. Restaurants struggled without me, and coworkers say I abandoned them. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for refusing to sing happy birthday at a customer's table? I've got one of those stories where I know I might come off like a jerk, but I really don't think I'm being unreasonable. Still, my coworkers and even my manager are making me feel like I committed some kind of crime, so here we are. I've 29F, have been a waitress at the same family diner for nearly 5 years. It's a chill place, kind of retro-themed, big on customer experience, you know the type, bright red booths, milkshakes, paper hats, the whole nostalgic thing. And yes, like many casual dining places, we have a tradition where staff sing happy birthday to guests. But here's the thing, I hate doing the birthday song. It's not just a mild dislike either. I have pretty bad social anxiety when it comes to public singing or attention like that. It makes my heart race, my skin itch, and I literally get lightheaded when I have to do it. I'm fine taking orders, talking to tables, even cracking jokes. But when the clapping and singing starts, I shut down. It's humiliating for me. I've always tried to work around it. When tables want the birthday song, I quietly tell the other servers and step aside to let them handle it. Most of my coworkers know I'm not comfortable with it, and until now, it's never been a problem. Well, until last week. It was a Saturday afternoon and my section was slammed. I had a big family table, parents, grandparents, and 2 little kids celebrating the youngest daughter's 7th birthday. They were nice, not rude or anything, but very loud and clearly expecting a fun experience. After their meal, the mom pulls me aside and says, "Hey, can you get the staff to come sing happy birthday?" She's been looking forward to it all week. Now here's where I might have messed up. Instead of lying or faking a reason, I gently said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I don't do the birthday song myself, but I can ask one of the other servers to gather a group for you." The mom gives me this look, like I just insulted her child. "What do you mean you don't do it? Isn't that your job?" I tried to stay polite. I have a bit of stage anxiety, so I don't participate in singing, but I'll make sure someone else. She cut me off and said, "Wow. That's really unprofessional." Then she turned back to the table and made this big show of saying, "Well, apparently our waitress doesn't believe in birthdays." The kid looked confused and started to tear up. Cue awkward silence. Later, my manager pulls me aside and says the mom complained that I ruined the experience and refused to participate in a simple request. He told me that if I wanted to keep working weekend shifts, I'd need to stop being difficult and just do the song like everyone else. I tried to explain, again, that it triggers a genuine anxiety response, but he said, "Then maybe this job isn't for you." He gave me a write-up for refusing guest engagement duties. The worst part? The other servers are now annoyed with me, saying I made them look bad. One girl said, "We all hate the song, but we suck it up because it's part of the job." Now I'm getting dirty looks and cold shoulders, and I'm starting to wonder if I should have just faked a smile and clapped along like usual. But part of me feels like I shouldn't have to perform like a dancing monkey if I'm literally uncomfortable doing so, especially when I was still polite, offered a solution, and made sure the kid got her song. So, Reddit, am I the a-hole for refusing to sing happy birthday at a customer's table? TLDR. Waitress, me, has social anxiety and hates singing happy birthday at work. Politely declined to do it for a kid's birthday and offered to find someone else. Mom complained, manager wrote me up, and coworkers are mad I made them look bad. Am I the a-hole?